Hi. Just a coffee, please.
Yeah, sure.
Dolores. It's good to see you. Sorry, I didn't mean to bother you. I just wanted to say hello. I was sent out here on a job. The cab office down the road is burnt down.
Stay away from me.
You some nerve showing your face around here?
You going to throw me out again?
Is that why you got one of your thugs to fire a petrol bomb through my window? A woman was nearly killed.
That had nothing to do with me. But I heard about your troubles. I'm here to help. There's only one way to make sure it never happens again. You need protection.
And you're offering.
Let me use your bar for a couple of weeks, and I guarantee your businesses will be untouchable.
Forget it. Never gonna happen.
2 weeks? That's all I'm asking. Then we'll be moving on. It'll be like we were never here.
I said no.
We're always looking for new premises. Helps keep the heat off. And who'd suspect a respectable joint like this?
All my businesses are legit, and I tend to keep them that way.
That's right. You left this scene behind you a long time ago.
Yeah, and I won't be dragged back into it now.
You thought you were done when your son got shot and killed? Lorcan, wasn't it? Terrible loss. Nobody should have to go through that. But at least you have Jack.
You think my son is fair game? I will be threatened by a scumbag like you. Now go on. Get out!
Nice chatting to you, as always. Take care, Carol.
You weren't gone long to forget something?
No.
Sorry?
Floors are shaking. Oh, I'm fine. Really, just give me a minute.
Hey, something's up with Dolores. I don't know if it's a shock thing after the accident, but she doesn't look well.
Everything okay, love?
I saw Lucy. Lucy Mallon.
What?
The community centre.
No. You must be mistaken.
It was her.
Who's she?
She's a deeply disturbed woman who was obsessed with Dolores. Frightened the life out of us. Are you certain it was her?
I turned around, and she was standing there. She spoke to me.
What'd she say?
It's all a bit of a blur. But she said something about the fire in the cab office.
Was she behind that?
I don't know.
Think now, okay? What exactly did she say to you?
Oh, God, I wasn't really listening. I just wanted to get away from her as fast as I could. What does she want with us?
Listen to me now. You don't need to be afraid of her anymore, because she's coming nowhere near us again. I'll sort this out, okay?
Any idea what it'll cost? Lucy,
Sorry, what?
the cab office, how much are we looking at?
Oh, I'm still working on it. The fire damage survey isn't finished yet.
Fair whack, I reckon. Then again, I have paid out a fortune in insurance cover.
I'm going to need details from you about what happened that day.
Well, as you know, some courier set fire to my place.
Any idea who it was?
Not a clue.
You weren't targeted by someone, a revenge type thing.
Definitely not. I said all this to the guards.
It's just, I know you've had connections to organised crime.
What, you've been getting the local gossip mongers to dish the dirt?
A quick Google search told me everything. I do it with all our clients.
I cleaned up my act a long time ago. I've left all that behind.
Well, let's hope they find the thugs who did this.
I'm sure you know what it's like to be judged by the mistakes you've made in your past. It's not easy to admit when you're wrong and make a fresh start.
just keep Saturday free. Thought we could head back down to Cashel.
Oh, yeah.
I hardly see you these days.
Oh, look, heavy spare minute. I'm down on tip fixing up the house.
He has his work cut out for him. Will left it in some state.
Yeah, Phoebe settled in, even though the place is like a building site.
You must miss her.
That helps that we're up and down a lot. How are you, Angel?
I'm hoping a stint in the park will wear her out. I need an afternoon nap more than she does.
They're hard work at that age.
It's really soundy to be helping out Sash. I believe she's having a hard time of it.
Someone has been talking.
That's all I said to him. It's none of our business. Hey, if you need a hand with her, just give us a shout.
You know, I was so focused on minding her in the playground that I left my phone behind. And then when I realized, it was long gone. Now I'm stuck using the one Will gave me. I had no idea how tiring it would be looking after her.
Try being a full-time parent if you want to know what real exhaustion is, huh?
Oh, as tough as it is, I'd do it all again in a heartbeat. But you get to enjoy the fun part without all the hassle.
Yeah, lucky me. Just so you know, I was a kid once, with parents of my own. So I'm not completely clueless. See you later.
Bye.
What did he want?
To use the bar for a couple of weeks.
What for?
Something shady, of course.
What, and you agreed?
No. I lost the head with him and I told him where to go.
But then losing your temper was what landed you in trouble in the first place.
I know that.
You tried standing up to him. Look what happened. Dolores nearly got killed. That was only a warning shot.
What do we do?
We give him what he wants. We do what he tells us. It's the only way to deal with him.
Yeah, but if I let him get a foot in the door, I might never get rid of him.
Oh, Zach told me he moves his operation around all the time. If he's to escape detection, he can't stay in one place for very long.
You threatened Jack.
Protect your son at any cost. That's what you told me.
Yeah. And I was right.
So we keep him happy for now. But we'll find a way out of this. I know we will.
You don't like your hat today, do you?
Isn't she gorgeous?
Oh, you should have seen her 5 minutes ago, screaming her head off.
I'd do the same if I thought I could get away with it. Wail and cry at the top of my lungs, let it all out. Long limbs. She's going to be tall, just like her daddy.
Oh, no, she's not mine.
Oh, sorry.
No, don't be, it's fine.
You're so at ease with her, I could have sworn.
No, I'm just minding her. Olivia and her mother are staying with me. I really didn't know what I was letting myself in for.
I love kids, but they're full on. I definitely wouldn't want to live with one.
Right. We better keep going. I'm hoping she'll nod off soon.
I know something that'll do the trick. It's my own concoction. It's all natural oils.
For a full night's sleep? I'll try anything.
Will you bite later?
I am.
Give you my number.
Sure.
I can tell you. All right, peace.
Carol, do you remember a Lucy Mallon? She used to stay with Dolores. It was a few years ago.
Yeah, I know her.
Well, we heard she might be around. Something to do with the fire.
She's the loss adjuster.
That what she told you?
Yeah, well, she's in my office going through my financial records. So she's doing it just for fun.
Right. Well, we need to have a word with her. Can we go in?
The place is in a heap. There's paperwork everywhere. Tell you what, you stay here and I'll send her a note, you all right?
Thanks.
Do we have to do this now?
We're here with you. She's not going to try it.
I don't want to see her.
She needs to be told to back off.
Look, everything will be all right. I'll make sure she won't be bothering us anymore, okay?
Hi, Pete. Dolores.
What the hell are you up to? What are you doing here? Answer me.
I was sent for work. I'm assessing Carol's claim for damages to the cab office.
It was you, wasn't it?
What?
You set fire to the building. and then you use it as an excuse to come back.
Of course not. I had nothing to do with it.
I wouldn't put anything past you, you evil bitch. You're poison. And I should have seen you off properly the first time. Coming back here, big mistake. Now you go anywhere near Dolores, and I swear to God, I will destroy you.
I'm here to do a job. All I want is to keep my head down and get my work done.
You think I believe a word that comes out of your mouth? Everything you say is a lie.
All right, Pete, take it easy.
I'm not here to cause any trouble.
You wreaked havoc on us the last time. But you won't get near Dolores again. I'll make sure of that.
I knew it wouldn't be easy to face you both. But I'm glad it's over and done with. Now I have a job to do. I need to get on with it.
Hang on a second. I'm not done yet.
Leave it, Pete.
No. She doesn't get to walk away. She terrorized us, remember, Dolores?
I was very unwell.
Is that your excuse?
I made mistakes. And I faced up to them.
You are rotten to the core. Nothing will ever change that.
We've all done things in our past we're not proud of. It was 10 years ago. I've moved on. Maybe it's time you did too.
Oh, we have moved on. We've happily forgotten about you.
I'll keep my distance then.
You came up to me this morning.
Only because I figured I couldn't avoid you forever. I was bound to bump into you.
Listen to me. You stay away from Dolores. You don't speak to her. You don't come near her. Do you understand me?
I won't bother you again. You have my word.
You really went for her.
Yeah, well, after all the damage she did to us, she got off lightly.
By the way the two of you were going on, I was expecting some kind of monster. She seems real normal.
You have no idea how manipulative Lucy can be. She's up to something.
She's agreed to keep away from us. That's the end of it.
Hey, my special brew. Lots of lavender and sage in there. You put a few drops in her bedsheet, she'll be out like a light.
Let me give you something for it.
Would you stop? I just hope it works as magic.
Well, let me buy you a drink at least.
Now that I can't refuse.
Here, I don't suppose you also have a cure for condescending parents?
I know the ones. They make out like it's a special club for members only. You're not welcome.
Maybe there's more to life than having babies?
There is. I've lived it. I travelled the globe twice over. Loved every minute.
That sounds incredible. To be so free and have great adventures. I'll get to do it someday.
What are you waiting for? Off with you.
Hey.
Thanks for coming.
I'm not here for the roster, then.
Ritchie Lennon is back. He'll be using this place for the next few weeks.
No. No, you can't let him.
You know what happens to people who cross him. The rest of the staff cannot get wind of this. We need to come up with a story to explain what his crew will be doing here.
It's hard to cover up for a bunch of dodgy lowlifes. We could say you're running a knocking shop on the sly, or a hitman service.
How about I'm planning a refurb on the bar? I'll have builders in, taking a look.
There has to be something we can do to put Ritchie off.
Like what?
How can you be so cool about this?
I'm not.
We're not talking about a few smashed glasses or a dodgy beer tap. You're giving that toe rag the run of the place.
I don't have a choice, Sash.
Tommy was one thing. I could just about understand how he became a steward for Ritchie Lennon. But you?
You do anything to protect Olivia, right? Well, I'm only doing the same.
He threatened Jack.
It's what he does best. He finds your weak spot, and he goes for it.
Dolores.
Did you know I'd be here?
No, of course not. I was just killing time before my bus. If you just let me explain something.
You promised to stay out of my way.
And I will. As much as I can. As the owner of the cab office building, I will have to contact you. But I promise I'll keep it strictly professional.
You better.
Wait. I need to say something. You always said everyone deserves a fair hearing.
I'll let you say your piece. And then I'm gone.
I'm not going to make excuses for what I did.
There aren't any.
It was a really dark time for me.
For all of us.
I was alone and afraid. I hit rock bottom and I dragged you and your family down with me. But it was a turning point. Because after all that, I realised there was something wrong with me, so I got help.
You badly needed it.
I still see a therapist once or twice a week.
Why are you telling me all this? To make yourself feel better?
No.
You know, I was terrified of you, Lucy. I was afraid you'd do serious harm to me, or Pete. Maybe worse. You put us through hell.
I'm sorry.
If you've changed, then maybe something good came out of that whole nightmare. But for my own safety and my family's, I want nothing to do with you.
I'll have to bring you to Knockenroe Woods then. There's a great loop walk there.
You know, if we're going to be spending so much time in the countryside, maybe we should get a puppy.
Yeah, let's do it.
When we're at it, we'll get one for Chris. Well, he loves looking after things.
Were we a bit insensitive earlier going on about parenting?
Didn't know it was such a touchy subject.
Maybe he wants kids of his own.
Reckon?
I'm pretty sure him and Leandro are planning to.
Well, then we should encourage him then.
No, it's best we don't bring it up. It could be a minefield.
Hello.
Hello.
No, Olivia, for once.
It's only until she goes back to crash.
You'd be having withdrawal symptoms then.
They both will. You can tell the child adores him.
Well, that's because he lets her away with murder. You have to be a lot more strict when it's your own.
Well, I won't be having any. Ever.
Never say never.
Children are not in my future. No way. It's just not for me.
You can head off. I'll stay until close, James, right?
Cheers, Carol.
Thanks.
I got your message. I take it you've changed your mind.
2 weeks. That's it.
I must have been very persuasive. The past isn't so easy to erase, is it? For years, you thought you kept it clean, done the right thing. Next thing you know, you're right back in the thick of it. Look forward to working with you, Carol.
Well, any news? What is it?
I don't want to worry you, all right? Met Lucy again. I was on my way out to the community centre and there she was.
She's following you.
Well, she said it was a coincidence.
Twice in one day.
Did she try and speak to you?
She told me how sorry she was about everything and how she's turned her life around.
Yeah, well, so much for her keeping her promise to stay away from you. That was all an act, wasn't it?
Yeah. I will have to have some formal communication with her, though, because of her work. Look, as owner of the marketplace, I've no choice.
I don't believe this.
Look, I heard her out. And I made it very clear that apart from business, there will be no more contact.
She is not going to stop hounding you, Dolores.
I dealt with it, okay? Lucy got the message, loud and clear. Once she's finished this job, we'll never have to see her again.
Now, look, I wouldn't worry. She'll be gone once her work is done.
No, she won't. She's back here for Dolores. And there's no way I'm going to let that happen. We are not living through that ordeal again.
Maybe you shouldn't let her get to you so much. You kind of lost her earlier.
Sorry you had to see me like that. But if you knew what Lucy is capable of, you'd understand why I lashed out at her.
What are you going to do?
Whatever it takes to get rid of her. For good this time.
I get that Lucy is a bad egg. I really don't see what this has to do with me.
You could befriend her.
Any sign of Ritchie yet?
The less you know, the better, remember?
So we just turn a blind eye. It's called being complicit.
Sash, will you ever give over, will you?
I'm gonna do it. Pack a bag and head off on one big, long adventure.
When did you decide this?
About an hour ago.
What do you think you're doing?